It's always trash night somewhere. In Tokyo, it's trash night on... Welcome to the daily practice, top of the working week here. Back to the grindstone. Hope you had a very nice weekend out there. Brad. It's always when I think I'm going nowhere, I find myself at home like I never knew. Always when I find someone that makes me wonder, when I fall in love, will it be with you? It's not always in my wallet, it's not always in my hair, but it's always morning in New Orleans somewhere. My last car spilt on the sidewalk, now I'm walking another line. Last thing I want right now is more music. Checkpoint Charlie's okay, I'm fine. Then some brilliant music fills the air. Oh, it's always morning in New Orleans somewhere. I'm staying halfway now, between the madhouse and the zoo. I'm awake with one eye closed to the things in me I see in you. It's almost like I've died and gone there, and it's always morning in New Orleans. It's always morning in New Orleans. It's always morning in New Orleans somewhere. Hey! All right, and we're in. And they're off. All right, wherever you're watching, you can add a song to the set list. We're doing this show together. We got some big expectations out there, so we're all going to have to step up, sit up in our seats. You can add a song to the request list simply by using the prompt $R or $request. And they will be added to this list right here. All right, Cowboy Anarchy, Sentenced to Rooftops, and Angel of Delight. Let's do this. Let's get to work. Oh, I like that early in the morning coffee cup. This song, Cowboy Anarchy, Abe, thank you for the request. This is actually on a collection that I added to the All Access section of nathansland.com today. It's the ThaMuseMeant record, Never Settle for Less. Started out, there was a few days at the beginning of that session at Frogville Records in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where we were experimenting with using digital beats for the record. Turned out to be just a standard string quartet, that incarnation of ThaMuseMeant. But there were a few hot days there where we were experimenting with some digital beats. And the rough mixes from that moment in time, I just put on the all access section of nathansland.com. And there's a version of Cowboy Anarchy that didn't end up making it to the final record that is in this novel collection. So for you all accessors, check it out. I called up my mother the other day, said, "Are you sitting down? Been kicking ideas around. Are you ready for this? I've been reading Emma Goldman, been hanging out with puppets and circus clowns. I'm beginning to think I'm an anarchist." She said, "I wouldn't want to live in your world." And right then I knew that can't be true. What can a poor boy do? So I called up the president, it was the present tense, said, "Are you sitting down? Been kicking ideas around. Are you ready for this? I've been thinking about Gandhi, about Martin Luther King, just read the Sermon on the Mount. I'm beginning to think I'm a pacifist." He said, "I wouldn't want to live in your world." And right then I knew that can't be true. What can a poor boy do? So I called up the preacher, said, "I'm glad that I could reach you. Are you sitting down? Been kicking ideas around. Are you ready for this? I've been thinking about..." Oh no. So I called up the preacher, said, "I'm glad that I could reach you. Are you sitting down? Been kicking ideas around. Now are you ready for this? I'm thinking every great story I ever read is God's glory, and it can't be bound. Reading William Blake, for heaven's sake, that's where I found Jesus. He said I wouldn't want to live in your world, and right then I knew that can't be true. What can a poor boy do? So I called up myself, I even called me thyself. I said, are you sitting down? Been kicking ideas around. Now are you ready for this? Yeah, that's a heck of a tale. That's a mighty tall whale you keep chasing round. If I was you, I'd write some radio hits. I said I wouldn't want to live in your world, and right then I knew that can't be true. What can a poor boy do? Oh, I forgot my own notes on that one. I was supposed to cut the last verse, do the harmonica break before the third verse, and big on the preacher and out. That's the radio hit version of the song. Oh, the ongoing mystery of why the logo is see-through. It doesn't make any sense. There's no explanation. Nobody knows. But I can see you. Hello? Let me out. Sentence to Rooftops. Let me out of here. Oh, I want to do over on that. I forgot my own notes. Next time. Cut off the fan on the nickel factory over there. I improved the design a little bit. You probably won't be able to tell the difference. It's pretty subtle. But there was a little wrinkle in the circle. I'm thinking that end might need a little help. Tried singing my song, but I woke the missus. Went out in the yard, but the neighbors rose. Walked down the street, then come the police. So that's the way the song goes. Let me out of this jail. Gotta hit those high notes. Gotta stop my foot on the refrain. Oh, but the judge just sentenced me to the rooftops. And then only when it rains. I tried the afternoon, but what with all the clatter, it's like lighting a candle in the middle of the day. It gives off light, but it don't matter, because no one needs it then anyway. Let me out of this jail. Gotta hit those high notes. Gotta stop my foot on the refrain. Oh, but the judge sentenced me to the rooftops. And then only when it rains. Not singing at all. I thought I could do it. I went for days, then it all came out. It came out so loud, I didn't even know I could do that. They sure throwing that key away now. Let me out of this jail. rooftops, and then only when it rains, and then only when it rains. Ah, man. I'm not exactly sure where I should be singing that one. I love the chorus on that one, but the verses feel too low. I have to experiment later tonight. All the possibilities. A little overwhelming sometimes. Just watched some Olympics there. Congratulations to everybody that won. I'm a little mad at the pole vaulter who grew up in Louisiana, went to LSU, and just got the gold, set the world record for Sweden. That just don't seem right. Bring it back home. Bring it back home to me. If you ever change your mind about leaving us behind, oh, pole vaulter, bring your sweet gold, bring it on home to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Angel of Delight. I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm not saying you're chained and I'm free. I'm not saying my way leads to the light and yours to a place you can't see. But my eyes have seen the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out. And tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. Saying I'd beat you in a fight. I'm not saying come clean and we'll see. I'm not saying we're playing with Ben Franklin's kite. I'm not saying that love is the key. But my eyes have seen the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out, and tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. Saying that a new day is breaking, that every soul will be marching in the street. And I'm sure you're not saying, I hope you're not saying that you have no respect for the meek. But my eyes have seen the sight of the angel of delight. Man, she's as pretty as can be. And she said she thought it all over, inside and out, and tonight she's dreaming about me. So there, take that. That's a great gift there. That's my favorite lyric. try, when it comes time to print the lyrics. I remember back in the day when we actually made CDs or made physical copies. It's been a long time since I've really made a physical copy of a record. But then when you really go all out and you're going to include the lyrics in the artwork, oh, that's exciting stuff. You really have arrived then. But then you have to make all these really hard calls, all these really tough decisions. There's so many words that, one of the hallmarks of a good Nathan Moore line is that it means multiple things. So sometimes you can say a word like feet, and you mean it F-E-E-T, and you also mean it F-E-A-T. What a great feat. Or whatever it is. You mean it both ways, but when it comes time to typing out the lyrics, I was really stumped on so many lines for so many songs with that task. It's like, I can't choose. It's like Sophie's Choice. I can't choose a spelling here. Is it there or there? I need it to be both ways. A lot in my younger days, I would put it in parentheses. Both both spellings or the alternative meanings. But then there's also just the challenge of things like nah. How do you spell it? You can't even Google stuff you can't spell. Hey Siri, how do you spell nah?
Knee. K-N-E-E.
Oh, thanks. Okay, K-N-E-E, apparently. What would we do without this technology? What would we do without it? We had a pretty serious flood in here yesterday. Kicking myself still. Apparently the gutters had gotten clogged up, and I just didn't see it coming. Caught me unaware, unprepared. I was not ready for that. And now the hurricane is heading this way, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. What was next? I can't recall. There's some great gifts here. There it is. Oh my goodness, Hippy Fiasco? I don't think I'll remember that. Oh, it's already been raining for hours hard where you are, huh? What, that's Georgia, right? Oh my goodness. Hey Ryan. Progaff thinks you spell nah. N-Y-E-E-E-A-A-A-A-H-H-H. I think that's pretty close. Hey, honey, does "nah" have 4 A's or 3? I always forget. I always forget. Hippy Fiasco on a boat. Hippy Fiasco on a plane. Hippy Fiasco on a bike. Hippy Fiasco. Asco on a train. Hippy Fiasco. Asco on a skateboard, Hippy Fiasco on my brain, Hippy Fiasco rides again. Oh my goodness, I am going to have to do my homework on that. Next time you ask for it, I will play it for you. But there's a surprising bunch of chords in that. Someday, maybe on Jabberjohn, I'm going to have to tell the whole Hippy Fiasco story again. I just got new insight into that. I was an old friend and I were chatting on messages, and he's reminding me he booked the gig in North Carolina that I flew from to the West Coast festival that stiffed me, that led to the original Hippy Fiasco Rides Again. A lot of there is no short version of this story. There's no long story short. Hippy Fiasco rode again. And I guess I just did it. But I flew from North Carolina to this festival out west, and they ended up not paying me, even though I played and everything. And I was supposed to just fly out, play the festival, and fly home. But when I didn't get paid, we canceled my return flight, and I just did pickup gigs. We just posted on social media. Nathan just got stiffed at this festival. Let's make his West Coast trip worthwhile. And that began an adventure that would last 2 years and change my life forever. Hippy Fiasco Rides Again. But the interesting reason I'm thinking of this story is that song, Hippy Fiasco Rides Again, I wrote in the airport in North Carolina before flying to the Mystic Garden party where I got stiffed. And it just wound up being incredibly prophetic. I had a friend that was on the ground at the festival I was flying to, and I was like, "Hey, what's the scene there? I'm getting ready to get on a plane." And he was like, "Oh man, it's a hippie fiasco." I was like, "What?" And he starts telling me some stories. I'm at the airport. My flight gets delayed. And they even said to me at one point, they're like, "All right, we'll give you a full refund on this flight because of this delay, or you can just wait for the next plane." And I was like, "Oh man, do I fly out to this hippie fiasco, or do I get my money back and ride home with my dad and manager back to Virginia?" I ended up waiting for the next flight, writing this song, Hippy Fiasco Rides Again, before that, and then flew out, and then my life was changed forever. It's a whole thing. Oh my goodness. Imogene is next. I'm going to have to get that one back in my pocket, aren't I? Sometimes I feel like I've stolen. Sometimes I feel like I've stolen everything, and there's no way to bring it back. And it comes as no relief to romanticize the thief. No, it's no use to anyone but me. I thought it wasn't my thought, it wasn't my thought. I thought I dreamt a dream, it wasn't my dream, it wasn't my dream. I thought I saw a light, it wasn't a light, it wasn't a light. Imogene, she fooled me, and I lost her in the night. My gift, it wasn't my gift. I thought it was my time, it wasn't my time, it wasn't my time. I thought I had a friend, it wasn't my friend, it wasn't my friend. Imogene, she fooled me, and I might have lost my mind. Much more than can meet the eye. I still believe, sit still as can be. If I sit still enough, I will fly. I still believe the words are free to fail to part the sky. Imogene, she fooled me. Now who am I? Again. I'm just psyched I remembered it. Oh, Sissyfuss. All right, I have to play it how I originally wrote it. The Surprising Mr. Davis version is out of my league. I just played tambourine on the Surprising Mr. Davis version. But the way I originally wrote this song was more like... I ain't putting up... Sissyfuss, no Sissyfuss. I ain't working in the town. I ain't pushing no stone up no hill just to watch it roll back down. No, I will always be free. And if you wanna know, I wanna show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where you think you're off to now? I ain't working in no factory, no, never again. As long as I was working in that factory, I ain't never had no friend. No, I will always be free. If you wanna know, I wanna show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where you think you're off to now? Up no peaches, no peaches, no, not for no $1 a day. I'll take one of those peaches though, and I'll be on my way. Oh, I will always be free. If you wanna know, I wanna show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where you think you're off to now? Yeah, I will always be free. And if you wanna know, I wanna show you how. But ain't no one ever saying to me, hey, where do you think you're off to? I mean, where do you think you get back here? Where do you think you're off to now? Wow, been a minute on that one. Fun request. I should maybe 2 for Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow night I'll play every song twice. Because so far tonight, every request, I've immediately wanted another stab at it. 2 for Tuesday. Theme nights. Hold on a second. No, I didn't mean that. All I wanted was the clock. Thanks. Theme nights. Instrumental Wednesdays. I was laying out when I went to bed last Thursday night. I was like, oh my God, tomorrow night I should just do instrumental versions of every request. just play it on guitar, piano, whatever it is, but like express the song just with the guitar. I feel like that would be such a healthy exercise. Not being able to sing, having to sing with the guitar, it could be a whole thing. 2 for Tuesday. It's not a bad idea. All right, what do y'all got for me next? The lottery. All right, I've been working on that a little bit. The lottery. Okay, all right. It's time for a poll. It's time to take a poll. I've been experimenting with the lottery a little bit, the arrangement of it, and I have this idea of how I want to play it, but I still haven't settled on the key. So the original key was A minor. The last version I tried, I put it up in Discord, and it was in G minor. And so ProGaff was wondering if I should split the difference and do it in G sharp minor. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do the first 2 verses in A minor. Then we'll drop it down to G sharp or A flat, since we're going that direction. And then down to G minor. So A minor, A flat minor, and G minor. And then you guys are going to vote on which one you like the best. 1, 2, or 3, just to keep it easy. You won't have to remember what they are. So 1, 2, or 3. I need a new soapbox. My old one broke. Did it get too heavy? Wait, hold on. I need a new soapbox. My old one broke. Did I get too heavy? Or was the old one a joke? I was pointing my finger, thinking no one could see. If they was looking where I was pointing, they weren't looking at me. I was right about the moon though, I was wrong about the heart. I couldn't see my shadow, I was living in the dark. Glad I didn't make it big, whoa, they would have called it art. And then I wouldn't have had this fresh start. Oh, I'm glad I never won, glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. I'm glad the Lord has mercy. I'm glad the Lord has mercy. Dropping it down a half step. Now I need a new suit, one you'd wear to a ball, not in front of a judge or to a funeral. One that fits right, lets me breathe. You can make it bright white, I'll be keeping it clean. I just keep on thinking of those poor pioneers, made it all the way to the coast, paced till they built a pier. They kept on building till they couldn't touch down. Where those poor pioneers, they sank and drowned. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. I'm glad the world has beauty. I'm glad the world has beauty. All right, now we're going down one more to G minor. Ain't it all so strange? It's like living in a circus where lions tame are singing in the chorus. I changed my name, wound up in a forest, all riddled with shame. I done none of it for us. 'cause I'd probably been wicked if I had been king, or made unseeable by some magic ring. I'm not saying I'm evil, I don't even think I'm mean, but even ordinary men might have to be redeemed. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. Glad I'm not the only. I'm glad I'm not the only. I'm glad the world has beauty. I'm glad the Lord has mercy. And I'm glad I never won the lottery. All right, I know what my favorite is. I'm going to give you a little time here. A minor, A flat minor, or G minor? 1, 2, or 3? Joe, I agree with Joe. That's a new name, but I agree with you too. Oh, Brenda like 3. Jonas says, "Wow." That was my favorite too. Oh my gosh, we're all close. Brenda's the one outlier at the moment. Oh, we have a... Isn't that funny? Such a subtle difference, but we all agree that we liked 2 the best. That is so fascinating. Interesting. You seem to really feel number 2. 2 is not the OG. 1 was the OG. 1 was the OG. A minor. All right, you're reading my mail, Prograph. I was thinking the same thing. The whole song in A flat minor. Now this rules out any possibility of a harmonica break. I keep hearing this little noise. I've been hearing it all afternoon, though. I thought the fan was doing it. That's why I'm really intrigued now. I'm like, wait a second, the fan's not going. Are you just joining us, Magpie? She's like, wait a second, wait, I want to hear the last line in each key. What is that sound? Oh yeah, before I heard that sound, I got freaked out. I'm a little scared. I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad you're watching, so if the ghost murders me, you guys can get rich. Promise me you'll do that for me. If I'm live streaming and a ghost kills me, you guys will turn that into something. I was saying that if we do stick with A flat minor, that rules out any harmonica breaks, which is fine by me. Or I'll have to buy a new harmonica, which is also fine with me. Well, hopefully you can play something. If you're really with us, play something. I need a new soapbox. My old one broke. Did I get too heavy? Was the old one a joke? I was pointing my finger, thinking no one could see. If they was looking where I was pointing, they weren't looking at me. I was right about the moon, though. I was wrong about the heart. Couldn't see my shadow. I was living in the dark. Glad I didn't make it big, whoa. They would have called it art. And then I wouldn't have had this fresh start. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. glad the Lord has mercy. Now I need a new suit, one you'd wear to a ball, not in front of a judge or to a funeral. One that fits right, lets me breathe. You can make it bright white, I'll be keeping it clean. I just keep on thinking of those poor pioneers, made it all the way to the coast, paced till they built a pier. They kept on building till they couldn't touch down. Where those poor pioneers, they sank and drowned. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. Just glad the world has beauty. I'm glad the world has beauty. Ain't it all so strange, like living in a circus where lions tamed are singing in the chorus. I changed my name, wound up in a forest all riddled with shame. I'd done none of it for us. I'd probably been wicked if I had been king, or made unseeable by some magic ring. I'm not saying I'm evil, I don't even think I'm mean, but even ordinary men might have to be redeemed. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. Glad I'm not the only. I'm glad I'm not the only. I'm glad the world has beauty. I'm glad the Lord has mercy. And I'm glad I never won the lottery. There's some parts that feel perfect there, and other parts maybe just it's new to me, so I get a little confused. But what a fun little process that was. Just gotta love the process. It's all a process. Swaby would like to hear the OG. All right, not the whole song, but I'll give you a little bit. I need a new soapbox, my old one broke. Did I get too heavy, or was the old one a joke? I was pointing my finger, thinking no one could see. If they was looking where I was pointing, they weren't looking at me. I was right about the moon though, I was wrong about the heart. Couldn't see my shadow, I was living in the dark. Glad I didn't make it big, whoa, they would have called it art. And then I wouldn't have had this fresh start. Oh, I'm glad I never won the lottery. Could I be corrupted? Oh, absolutely. Glad the Lord has mercy. I'm glad the Lord has mercy. That was pretty fun. Oh man, are we just more confused than ever? It's all good. It's all good. Oh no, is that what we decided? The practice is over. I have to leave the house now. No! Oh, man. You know, that's par for the course in the world these days. We got just overloaded with information, more confused than when we started the exploration of the question. Oh, man. I mean, it's such a subtle difference, I guess, but it seemed really huge on certain lines. Certain lines felt way nicer in one key, and other lines felt way nice. I was really struggling in the lower keys with the... That one little moment is so much nicer in the original key. All right, moving on. That was great. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate all that exploration and input. It's very, very cool. The version I just did was the original key, Brenda. A minor. Now I need a new suit. One would wear to a ball, not in front of a judge, to a funeral. One that fits right, lets me breathe. You can make it bright white. I'll be keeping it clean. Okay. That was a nice little reprieve from the grindstone. Drilling down, going down the rabbit hole a little bit. Didn't come out with any clarity, but... it's what Big John used to always say that at Frogville. It's a process. It's a process. I think I'm leaning towards A minor at the moment now. All right. Spiral, here's your request. Next on the list. Now that I've seen the Golden Highway, now that I've heard from the best, now that I've held a real woman, I'll never settle for less. Saw with my own eyes a true magician. I swear she pulled my secret from her chest. I tried, but I just could not explain it. Now I'll never settle for less. The only trouble is the midnight melting, exploring the heights upon wings of excess. It's a long, long fall to the palace of wisdom, but I'll never settle for less. Once I heard a melody so sweet it made me cry. It felt to me like a caress that took away all my worries. Now I'll never settle for less. Now that I've laid in that river just one more day, and I'll be blessed. I got too much love left to give her, and I'll never settle for less. Lately I've been spilling all over. Even lost my keys just leaning west. 'Cause that's where I was graceful. Now I'll never settle for less. I'll never settle for less. Nice request, thank you. Oh, sorry for knocking that window art out of there. Whoa, woohoo blues. Who knows about that? All right. God, I felt rusty on that. That's the problem. As much as I'm trying to tighten all my songs up, I have too many songs. There's some conundrum that it might be unsurmountable. Not that the goal, not that the practice can't just have a more ambiguous goal. But getting super tight on all of them, there's always going to be like one I haven't played in a few weeks. There's no way that's ever not going to be the case. There's always going to be a couple hundred songs that I haven't played in over a month. Do the math. There's no way that's not always going to be the case. So there is a little bit of a rub there, but we can make it to where a month just isn't that long ago. All week I've been a slap-happy fool, sending all the old folks back to school, running full speed in brand new shoes. Geez Louise, I got the woohoo blues, I got the woohoo blues. Woo-hoo. Blues. I'm yesterday's news, I'm yesterday's news. I got the woohoo blues. I've been hooting, hollering, shooting my guns. I've been shouting in the barrel down. Oh man, this is tough. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that sweat. Yes. Woo! The Olympics. Let's go. USA. USA. All week I've been a slap-happy fool. Been sending off old folks back to school. Running full speed in brand new shoes. Jeez Louise, I got the woohoo blues. I got the woohoo blues. Woohoo! Blues. I'm yesterday's news. I got the woohoo blues. I've been hooting, hollering, shooting my guns. Been shouting down the barrel at the top of my lungs. Chasing the white dog, catching him too. Jeez Louise, I got the good gravy. I got the woohoo blues. I got the woohoo blues. Woohoo! Blues. I'm yesterday's news. I got the woohoo blues. About a week ago, wouldn't you know, life like a dream come true. Now I'm sitting in the cow field picking my nose. Whoa, boys, I got the woo-hoo blues. I got the woo-hoo blues. Couldn't stop laughing, couldn't stop my smile from leaving on my cheek, hitting people in the eyes. Feeling so good, I thought I'd never lose. Jeez Louise, I got the woo-hoo blues. I got the woo-hoo blues. Woo-hoo! Blues. I'm yesterday's news. I got the woo-hoo blues. A week ago, wouldn't you know, life like a dream come true. Now I'm sitting in a cow field picking my nose. Whoa, boys, I got the woo-hoo blues. I got the woo-hoo blues. I woke up on the lawn, my wallet was gone, my head was pounding, my pants weren't on. I could see my face in the officer's shoes. Sweet baby Jesus got the woohoo blues. I got the woohoo blues. Woohoo! Blues. Yesterday's news. I got the woohoo. I got the woohoo. I got the woohoo blues. Woo! Oh my goodness. Well, he stepped out of bounds a couple of times, but at least he stuck that final landing. We're going to deduct a few points, but it still could be a medal. Just because of all the mistakes everybody else made. You always got to factor those in. All right. What was next? Oh my goodness, we are out of time. I just noticed that. Train of Thoughts. Maybe that's our leaving song. That was next on the list. Sounds like a pretty good leaving song to me. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Already looking forward to 2 for Tuesday tomorrow night. I don't know if we'll really do 2 for Tuesday, but I like the sound of it. Every song twice. There are those that will hate to see you shine, 'cause it reminds them of the blindness they've embraced. And they will talk you down all around town, and then laugh and be all friendly face to face. That don't mean nothing. No, that's just nothing but mean. I mean, we all hate to feel small. Sometimes we make it all smaller, till it's all too small to even be seen. Hey, 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 don't be tricked by that train. It's not about to make any sudden turns. And there truly is a sage inside that comes with age. And there truly is a child who never learns. Now you may try to glorify the stories of your youth, but in that you're bound to fall short. And some may try to claim there is no glory to the truth, but it's always as a sad last resort. I mean, you'd have to be a pretty brilliant writer to even have described the grace that you've displayed. And you'd have to be a pretty stubborn fighter to try to tackle all the nonsense that comes our way. Hey, 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 don't be tricked by that train. It's not about to make any sudden turns. And if your candle's lit at both ends, I'd say toss it to the fire and warm your hands above it as it burns. I see a red moon getting sucked into a mountain in a bright blue brand new breaking day. You know, I never knew on how many hands you were counting or just what you were about to say. But when I heard you were thinking about closing the place and hanging that dreaded awful sign, I just knew it was a bad idea. You shouldn't miss what you have just because you might not have it to miss on down the line. Hey, 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 don't be tricked by that train. It's not about to make any sudden turns. And on the other hand, I'm certain wisdom wiggles in your palm like a dirty fishing worm. Woo! Wow, thank you so much for joining me. Gotta admit, I didn't play a lot of music this weekend. It's very rare that I take a little break, but things were happening, and then we had the big flood and stuff, so I feel like I'm knocking the rust off a little bit. I was just starting to feel it there by the end. Just getting it at the end. Look forward to tomorrow night. See you tomorrow night. Thank you for joining me. Be silly, be honest, and always trust your cape. Go get 'em, Tigers.